We'll be back.
The post-game show with Coach Mark Medley and field reporter John Bryant. Brought to you by Greg Brothers Car Wash, Jim Goodall, County Clerk, by Texas Boot U.S. Shoe, Youth Reach, College Street Church of Christ, Burr's Barbecue, and by Fraser Brown Insurance.
Welcome to the post-game show with your host, John Bryan, and head coach Mark Medley. Coach, second half full of turnovers. I know the emotions was high and low.
Yeah, you know, there's so many things happened in this football game. I'd be afraid to comment on what event happened when and what, you know, what maybe turned this thing around, because, you know, we laid it on the ground several times, and we're in position to put points on the board, and then you know, they, after we finally did get it in there, of course, we knocked the ball loose on the kickoff, and that was a big play. We knew going in that Oakland was going to play us hard, and didn't expect anything any different. We just had a lot of penalties tonight, and took ourselves out of some drives. And you know, we played 5 ball games now, and had more holding calls in this one game than all the other ones put together.
Coach, both Tony Cantrell and Jade Sellers experienced the scrappy Oakland defense. They were going for extra yardage, given the second effort, and got the ball stripped.
Yeah, you know, Jade made a heck of a run, and I don't know, we felt like maybe the ground caused that fumble. I don't know. We couldn't, of course, we couldn't see, but our people upstairs, our coaches thought maybe that did, and then, of course, Tony had the ball stripped once and knocked loose another time, and we just got to do a better job of covering up the football in traffic.
Charlie Moss, 101 yards on the ground.
Charlie Moss ran well. You know, Charlie Moss is a hard-nosed guy, and he kept saying coming off the field that you know, Coach, give me the football. They can't tackle me, and you know, he had a good night.
John, I've got a question.
If he keeps his feet on the long gainer, he got tripped up there, he would have been gone for 6.
Yeah, he would have, and you know, he made big runs for us all night, and you know, good backs do that in big ball games.
John, check with Coach Medley on the checkoff that Greg Triplett had.
The checkoff that Greg had and hit Mo Thompson on the long touchdown pass, y'all obviously saw something.
Yes, we come out of the huddle. We had a different coverage than what we anticipated with the play we had called, and we happened to be on this hash, and I just hollered at Greg to check, and Greg made the right check and threw a beautiful pass, and Mo went and got the thing.
Mo also made a key block on the play action pass to Steve Rose that set up the Steve Rose 16-yard touchdown too.
Yeah, we feel like our wideouts do a pretty good job of blocking people downfield, and you know, we had the corner sealed, and that enabled Rose to pick up the extra 10 to 12 yards.
Coach, next week we go on the road to Cookeville on the turf. What do you know about Cookeville?
Very good football team. Going into tonight, they were 3-1, and they're down the road just a few miles at Mount Judd, and have a heck of a tailback, and a veteran ball club. If we remember back last year, they came down here and played us. They outplayed us in the first half. We stopped them inside the 5 and really should have been behind at half, and finally came out in the second half and put some points on the board. But Cookville's got a good football team, and they're going to be tough to beat at home.
Coach, good defensive effort also, holding Oakland to no touchdowns tonight. Once again, Greg Triplett had a big night, over 130 yards passing.
Well, you know, it's hard to throw in this wind, but you know, Greg did a good job of getting the ball to people. We again up front, we had a good job of our offensive line allowing him time to throw.
Jody Atwood, pretty decent job kicking off tonight.
Yeah, you know, I think we've played 5 ball games, and we've had at least 5 guys to kick off, so looks like Atwood secured that job for at least another week.
Closing comments, Coach.
Well, you know, this thing's halfway over, and you look down the schedule, and if you look at the district, take us out of it, the 3 toughest teams so far are left on our schedule. We've got to go to Cookville. And that's enough said. But after that, there's some very big ball games down the line. And for this football team to reach the playoffs, we got to continue to work hard and continue to improve and continue to cut down on the mistakes.
Invite everybody, all the Lebanon fans, to make the trip to Cookville. It's only about a 45 to 50-minute drive to Cookville. We have a big crowd show up there. We ought to get a lot of fan support.
Oh, I tell you what, I wish this community could do something special to carry more people on the road than we've ever carried for this ball game, because it's a ball game that this football program needs, and this football team needs to win in order to reach our goal.
Congratulations on tonight's victory. Good luck in this week's practice. Nobody hurt tonight, so we should see a full lineup next week.
We hope so, John. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Back to Terry now for the closing stats.
Thank you, John. Lebanon goes to 5-0, 3-0 in the region tonight as they defeat Murfreesboro, Oakland 27-2. I'm Terry Stafford with the final stats. Recapping the scoring in the ball game, Lebanon got on the board 10:58 left in the second quarter. Jade Sellers, a 3-yard touchdown run as Lebanon goes 68 yards in 5 plays. Triplet added the extra point. Lebanon led 7-0, and that was our halftime score. In the third quarter, Oakland gets on the board 4:52 as Dan France tackled Jade Sellers in the end zone for a safety. At the end of the third quarter, Lebanon led Oakland only 7-2. In the fourth quarter, it was all Lebanon. 11:57 left in the fourth quarter. Steve Rose, 2-yard run. Lebanon 42 yards in 5 plays. The extra point was no good. It was 13-2 at that point. 44 seconds later, Steve Rose with another touchdown. This a 13-yard run as Lebanon goes 30 yards in 2 plays. Triplet with the extra point. It was 20-2 at that point. And then Lebanon scores again. 8:19 left in the game. Mo Thompson from Greg Triplet, a 30-yard touchdown pass. Lebanon going 45 yards in 4 plays. Triplet with the extra point. And that was our final as Lebanon defeats Oakland tonight 27-2. Quickly looking at Oakland's stats tonight, 25 carries, 30 yards on the ground. Passing tonight, 5 of 15, no touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 58 yards passing, 30 on the ground, 88 total yards for Oakland. First downs, Oakland with only 5 first downs, 1 rushing, 4 passing. The big stat of the night, Oakland with 6 turnovers, all of those coming in the second half. 2 fumbles, 4 interceptions. Penalties tonight, Oakland 5 for 34. The leading rusher tonight for Oakland was Torrey Patterson with 18 yards on 4 carries. The quarterback, Chris Davenport, 5 of 15. He did throw 4 interceptions. For Lebanon tonight, 37 rushes, 229 yards on the ground. Through the air, 9 of 14 passing, 123 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions for Greg Triplet. That's 352 total yards. First down, Lebanon with 16 first downs, 10 rushing, 5 passing, 1 by penalty. Turnovers, Lebanon turned the ball over 2 times. Both of those came in the second half. 2 fumbles, no interceptions.